The shimmering portal strains, spitting crackling energy across the worn concrete floor of what I thought was my automated kitchen hub in Sector 4. I take a deep breath, the metallic tang of yesterday's scrap soup still ghosting on my tongue. "All right, Leela," I narrate, my voice a touch too eager. "Looks like Sector 4 had a secret entrance. Chef Abe, reporting for duty." I step through the fluctuating curtain of light. Immediately, the air shifts, heavy and cool. My boots clank against a vast, metallic expanse, utterly different from the grimy industrial aesthetic I'd been working in. The portal shimmers behind me, beginning to contract, making the colossal chamber around me echo with its dying hum. Leela, my lens drone, drifts forward, her sensors whirring softly. "This isn't just a kitchen hub," I state, scanning the immense ribbed walls that stretch impossibly high. This feels like the heart of something much bigger. A forgotten starship's engine room, perhaps, or a colossal factory that just stopped breathing. A faint, high-pitched whine cuts through the silence, growing louder. The metallic floor beneath my feet vibrates, a low thrumming that makes my teeth ache. "Environmental instability detected," Leela's synthesized voice reports, her red eye blinking rapidly. "Localized atmospheric pressure fluctuations, increasing rapidly." "Pressure fluctuations? Excellent," I grin, a jolt of pure curiosity overriding any trepidation. New territory, new challenges, and hopefully new ingredients or components for my automated line. For those of you who stick with me until the very end of this culinary adventure, you'll get a sneak peek at something truly unique, a special piece of history, just for my most dedicated viewers. I tap my comm unit. Let's see what this metallic marvel has in store for Abe the Cursed Chef. The vibration intensifies, rattling loose dust from the distant ceiling. My boots clank down the main thoroughfare of Sector 4. The air here feels heavy, thick with the scent of forgotten industry. I run my hand along a massive, corroded pipe, feeling the deep chill of dormant power. Then, a low thrum starts beneath my feet, a subtle vibration that rises through the ancient metal walkway. I stop, my curiosity piqued. This isn't just ambient noise. I lean in, pressing my ear to the grimy superstructure. A distinct, deep groan echoes from somewhere far below, a mechanical sigh that vibrates the very air. It feels almost responsive. Each step I take now, a new faint tremor answers, a subtle shift in the resonant frequency of the whole place. It's like the entire framework of this forgotten city is one giant slumbering beast, slowly waking to my presence. A strange distortion in the sound, almost a harmonic feedback loop, makes me wonder if I'm hearing it correctly. The metal isn't just old, it's aware. The raw iron taste from the soup still coats my tongue, a constant, unwanted companion. It's an internal hum, a low vibration in my very bones, yet it sharpens my other senses, making me hyper-aware of every speck of dust, every whisper of movement. That's when I see them, small, no bigger than my thumb, a swarm of metallic beetles shimmering in the low light. They aren't just scurrying, they're working. Each one meticulously scrapes a razor-thin layer of rust from a fallen girder, then deposits it into a communal pile, a tiny, organized mining operation. My focus narrows. This isn't random scavenging. This is purpose. I want to understand their system, their process. Could this raw material be useful? I crouch low, moving slowly, a ghost among the decaying giants. One strays from the group, its iridescent shell glinting as it inspects a particularly rich patch of corrosion. I extend a finger, slowly, cautiously, making sure my shadow doesn't fall across it. It pauses, its tiny antennae twitching, sensing my presence. I bring my finger closer, then tap it gently against my tongue, making a soft clicking sound. The lingering metal taste, the one that makes me clench my jaw, is my offering. It's the only language I have right now to say, I understand this. I share this with you. This metallic taste, this persistent echo of the world's decay, it's not just a flaw. It's a key. This raw, undeniable taste, it's the very essence of scrap iron. Keep this word. You'll need this later. The tiny creature doesn't flee. It twitches its antennae again. Then, impossibly, it taps its own metallic proboscis against the girder, a mimicry of my gesture. A faint, almost imperceptible vibration travels from its tiny body to the metal, then up through the ground, right into my fingertips. It's not just eating rust, it's resonating with it. This isn't just mining, it's a symbiotic extraction, a conversation with the very structure of decay. My objective shifts. It's no longer just about harvesting ingredients, it's about understanding the environment's inherent processes, its hidden languages. I'm still tasting raw iron. It's a constant, unpleasant reminder of my first automated culinary failure. That metallic film coating my tongue, though, it sharpens my other senses. I notice them. Tiny, segmented creatures like living ball bearings, scuttling across the corroded floor. They glow faintly, an inner pulse of dull orange. They gather in pockets, vibrating. My curiosity sharpens. I watch one, then another, then a dozen. Their movements aren't random. These aren't just metallic insects. They're drawn to something specific. I crouch, pressing my ear against a grimy section of wall, the metal still humming from the grid boot up. A faint, almost imperceptible thrumming resonates, a deep, rhythmic clang, barely audible over the kitchen's groans. The insects cluster thickest around these resonant spots. I pull out my salvaged sonic scanner. Leela whirs to life, displaying a cascade of oscillating waves. The highest amplitude peaks perfectly match the insect clusters. They're attracted to a specific frequency, a resonant vibration. This is important. These creatures, they're drawn to the metallic pulses of this sector. I realize the rusty bolts I used for the soup, the very ones that still coat my tongue, came from a similar vibrating pipe. This is a clue, a connection. The soup, the iron taste, the insects, the vibrations, it's all linked. I think this word, this specific kind of industrial decay, this resonant metallic hum, scrap iron. Remember this word, you'll need this later. It's more than just junk, it's a living part of this place. I need to understand what this vibration is. Why does it call them? What does it do? My mind is a whirlwind of questions. This isn't just about cooking anymore. This is about understanding the very fabric of this forgotten world.
I move deeper into Sector 4, the air thickening with the metallic tang of something organic and mechanical at once. The hum intensifies here, not a static drone, but a deep rhythmic pulse that vibrates through the very soles of my boots. My gaze locks onto the metallic arteries, vast conduits thrumming with unseen energy. That's when I see them. Not just scattered debris, but clusters of bolts, solidified by rust to the surface of the pulsing metal itself. Each deep thrum from the core structure causes a faint, almost imperceptible tremor through these rust-fused clusters. Then, a sharper, higher-pitched clang erupts from a nearby panel. A cluster of bolts shudders. Then 1, 2, then 3 break free. They fall with a tiny metallic chime against the grimy floor, rolling slightly before settling in the muck. I watch, mesmerized. The structure itself is shedding them. Not just debris, but output. A deliberate liberation. I pick one up, the rust flaking lightly onto my glove. It feels dense, heavy, almost warm from the residual vibration. My mind races. Rusty bolts. The recipe calls for rusty bolts. This is the raw metal component shedding itself right before my eyes. This is pure scrap iron. Remember this carefully. This is important. The way they pop free, almost like a biological process, suggests an active resistance to remaining attached. It confirms the target ingredient. But also the challenge. Harvesting these won't be as simple as just picking them up. The rhythm of their release feels deliberate, almost timed. I'll need to understand that pulse, that friction point. The environment isn't just offering ingredients, it's dictating terms for their collection. A new rule for this world. The initial curiosity has sharpened into a keen focus, an obsessive need to understand this vibrant, shedding metallurgy and how to harness its rhythm. I fixate on the pulsing bolt embedded in the rusted conduit. It throbs with a faint, internal light, unlike anything else in this dead section. My metal tongs extend, their grips open wide, ready to snare this peculiar ingredient. The air around it feels oddly charged, a subtle hum I can almost taste, despite my curse. I move closer, a focused intensity building in my chest. This is the piece, I'm certain, the one to elevate my basic soup. My fingers clench the tongs, applying pressure to the bolt's shimmering base. That's when the conduit itself seems to ripple. Tiny metallic specks, previously indistinguishable from the rust, detach and rise. They are insects, sharp-edged and whirring, like miniature brass gears given malevolent life. They swarm, a shimmering cloud forming instantly around the bolt. A high-pitched whine begins, rapidly escalating. It drills directly into my ears, bypassing my eardrums, vibrating through my skull. My vision blurs. The air around me feels like a solid, trembling wall. I stumble back, dropping the tongs with a clang. The sound is disorienting, a cacophony of screeching metal and unbearable pressure. My head pounds. This isn't just inert rust. This scrap iron fights back. Remember this carefully. The swarm holds its defensive formation for a moment, then resettles, camouflaging themselves once more. My objective shifts. Prying won't work, not like this. I need a new plan and a way to deal with that agonizing sonic pulse. The high-pitched hum of the automated kitchen, once a comforting thrum, feels wrong. My ears, usually useless for fine taste, now register a grating buzz that isn't the machinery itself. It's those iridescent beetles swarming near the main pipe manifold, their collective sonic chatter somehow vibrating the air around the ancient power conduits. I watch a flickering display on an old diagnostic screen. Leela isn't even online yet, but my own senses tell me the frequency is all wrong. Their chaotic pulses are causing micro-vibrations, threatening to rattle apart the delicate connections I just reseated. I need to make them stop. I grab the heaviest thing I can find, a cast iron skillet, thick with rust and soot from 1,000 forgotten meals. Then a steel whisk, primitive, raw. But the old ways sometimes yield new tricks. I tap the skillet lightly, a dull thunk, not enough. I hit it harder, a rhythmic clang, clang, clang. The air shudders. The beetle nearest the impact shies away, its iridescent shell shimmering erratically. There, a specific frequency, a deep, resonant tone that seems to break their own sonic pattern. I need to maintain it. Faster, harder, the rhythm takes over. Clang, clang, clang. My arm aches, but the beetles are recoiling. Their high-pitched chatter breaks, turning into a frantic, disorganized retreat. They can't stand the counter vibrations. This is it.
This is the answer. I hammer the skillet, a relentless, focused rhythm. The metallic echoes reverberate through the old kitchen, shaking loose a fine dust from the ceiling pipes. A temporary victory. They're dispersing, but they'll be back. I need a more robust solution, something automated. But for now, I've bought myself time. Time to think, time to build. This old scrap iron, it's more useful than I thought. Remember this carefully. This is important. You'll need this later. My hands still tingle from the vibrations. The air is clear now, free of their irritating buzz. The hum of the actual kitchen machinery sounds almost sweet by comparison. A strange new world rule revealed. Sonic interference can be met with sonic counterforce. The rhythmic shudder of the old hub isn't just noise, it's a living clock. Every few seconds, the deep guttural thrum settles into a brief, almost silent hum. That's my window. My fingers, steady despite the machine's constant protest, grip the heavy-duty bottle opener. It's surprisingly perfect for this, the hardened steel edge finding purchase on the corroded hexagonal head of a bolt. The first one. It pulsates faintly, a dull metallic beat against my thumb, almost like a dormant heart. With the next lull, I torque hard, a precise, calculated twist. The bolt resists, groaning, but then gives way with a sharp, high-pitched screech that cuts through the fading vibration. Success! I quickly tuck it into my pouch. 3 more to go. This isn't just harvesting, it's a dance with decay and power. The next lull comes quicker than I expect, a sudden dip in the rumble. I lunge, engaging another bolt. This one is tougher, seized with rust. My knuckles whiten. Come on, I urge myself. The machine starts to build back its thrum, the lull ending. I have seconds. Snap. It breaks free. 2 down. As I secure the second bolt, its surface still shimmering with a faint internal glow, I know exactly what I'm holding. This raw, vital material. It's more than just junk. This is scrap iron. Keep this word. You'll need this later. This is the essence of my first meal here. My concentration narrows to a pinpoint. The final 2 bolts are deeper in the pulsing metal, requiring a reach that stretches my arm muscles to their limit. Each lull feels shorter, the machine's roar growing more impatient. The air around them smells faintly of old voltage and something sharper, like blood. I work with a desperate, precise fury, my vision tunneling. Twist, pull, secure. The last bolt, warm from the internal friction, joins its brethren. All 4, secured. My primary ingredient. A small victory, but a necessary one. My hands are a blur, meticulous, as I scrub each rusty bolt. The gritty flakes fall away, revealing dark, pitted metal, still scarred but clean. My portable field kitchen hums a low, uncertain tune around me, the sputtering flame beneath the tin pot barely holding against the seeping chill. I measure out scavenged water, then the thick, sweet, almost viscous condensed milk. It cascades into the pot, a creamy waterfall over the cleaned metal. The mixture thickens instantly. The white swirls gently pulling the bolts into their embrace. A strange, almost pearlescent metallic sheen spreads across the surface as tiny bubbles begin to form. I watch, utterly fixated on the evolving brew. This is the moment. Every second counts. The bitter cold outside pushing against the flimsy walls, threatening to steal the warmth, to compromise my painstaking work. The air around me is a contradiction, a faint, sweet iron scent that makes my nose twitch, yet my mouth waters. This impossible alchemy. I lean closer, the rising steam warm against my face, promising something profound. I need to name this process, anchor it. Scrap iron. Remember this carefully. This is important. This word holds the key to the entire methodology of turning refuse into sustenance. I stir, slowly, hypnotically.
the bolts clinking softly against the bottom of the pot. The surface of the soup shimmers, a molten silver, alive with an inner glow. It's almost ready. My hands ache from the effort, but my focus, my obsession, holds firm. I stare at the murky, gray-brown liquid in the bowl, my reflection distorted in its metallic surface. So much effort, so much work. For this, I lift the spoon, its cold metal a familiar weight in my hand. This is it. This is the moment I find out. What does pure, unadulterated iron taste like? When it's been brewed into a soup, I take a slow, deliberate spoonful. The moment it touches my tongue, a jolt, sharp and electric, shoots through me. It's not just a taste, it's a sensation. A flash of internal perception ignites, like a circuit finally closing. My teeth, my very bones, feel like they're humming. I can feel every metallic object around me. The ancient pipes in the walls, the steel beams overhead, the scrap iron table, they vibrate, a low, resonant thrumming, in harmony with my own body. It's a phantom limb, a new sense I never asked for. I look down at my hand. A faint, almost imperceptible metallic shimmer coats my skin, like fine, iridescent dust. I lift my head, a weary but determined smile touching my lips. My eyes find the floating lens, my silent companion through all of this. Well, I say, the raw iron taste clinging to my tongue. That was certainly an experience. The hum deepens, a promise of what's to come. This is only the beginning. That's a wrap for this world. If you want to keep exploring the multiverse with me and see what ingredients we hunt next, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. The next portal opens soon. Don't get left behind. See ya!